my name is Ifan, and today I interviewed Sheila Rezak, the education librarian in Purdue University Northwest. Today is December 3rd, 2019. We are in Purdue Northwest Westville campus. Hi, Sheila.
Hi, Ifan.
Hi. Could you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Sheila Rezak. I'm the education librarian at Purdue Northwest.
So, Sheila, how many years have you been in this campus?
48 years.
Oh my God, it's a long time.
Yes.
Yeah. So, did you graduate here? Because I read the interview you did before that said you have spent 3 years as a student assistant in the campus.
Yes. Well, I graduated from high school in '67, so then I was here as a student worker in the library. So really, I've been here 52 years. But then when I graduated in '71, then I was a reference assistant, and so then in those 3 years, then in the summertime, I got my master's in library science, just during the summers in Bloomington, Indiana, and then I became after maybe another 2 years, then I became a librarian because they needed somebody to the education department wanted somebody to take care of their education materials.
Okay, so can you tell me some history about Purdue? Because as an international student, when I actually came here, it's become Purdue Northwest. So I didn't know the story before the Purdue Northwest.
Oh, right. It was Purdue Calumet, the campus I was always working at. And then this campus that we're at now was Purdue North Central. And so I'm not sure what you wanted to know about campus.
I think I need use
Is it because it
video.
was?
I'm afraid that the voice cannot be here. So.
All I know is that the Hammond campus started in I think 1946. So that's why in 2016 we were celebrating our 70th year. But in 2016 is when we merged. So then Purdue Calumet really did not exist anymore. It turned into Purdue Northwest. So Northwest has been, I guess, a little over 3 years now.
Yeah.
Right.
So, why you choose to stay here, to work so many years?
Well, one reason is I live across the street, and I just enjoy the work, and it was just a right fit for me. So.
Yeah. So, when the first time you came to the Purdue Calumet, what it look like?
Oh, there was only I think the Geit building was there when I first came, and then when I was going to school for 4 years, I know they built the Anderson building, and I guess the Porter School was here because it was an elementary school at the time, but then Purdue took it over. I'm not sure exactly when, and then when I graduated in '71, that's when they built the library building. So like I said, there was only maybe one or two buildings when I first started to school, and then when I graduated, then we maybe had 3 or 4 buildings. But,
so the Geit was the first building in the campus?
Yes.
Wow, actually, I have I came here and saw all the buildings have the name. So always have question why they named the building in this name. So do you know the name came from of the building?
Well, most of the buildings have a little plaque that say the person's name, and a lot of them worked at Purdue West Lafayette, and then when Purdue Calumet was started, then they would come and kind of be in charge of it. And so there's, because I have to read the plaques. I don't remember who they are, but a lot of them look like they were originally from West Lafayette. And they were in charge of this new campus, this new smaller campus up north. And so Geitz, I don't know much about him. I kind of know heard more about his wife because my father was an insurance salesman and he sold her insurance. So he knew when she passed away before Purdue did because since he was her insurance salesman. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And, but otherwise, that's really about all I know about the different names. Usually they're named for certain people. And,
so how many students here when like 40 years ago in the campus?
I'm not really sure, but I just don't know the exact numbers. But because it would I remember us in the 80s maybe going up to 10,000 for the first time, but then it didn't exactly stay that way. It kind of would go down a little bit, and so but I'm not sure what it was in 1967 when I came here. I have no idea.
So it's not a large school at that time?
Oh no, I mean, because especially since we only had one building, and I remember I was thinking of majoring in accounting, and I couldn't have gotten it a 4-year degree in accounting at that time, so I chose elementary education.
So is there like how many majors at that time?
Oh, I would have no idea. Sorry.
It's okay. So, like, why you choose like this major?
Well, like I said, I needed. I was going to go do accounting, but my dad says go to Purdue Calumet. So find something that you can go there for. Because I couldn't do that accounting in here at that time. So I figured I liked libraries, so I thought I would be a librarian. But they didn't really have a library major, but they had something like they called a second major in library media, and so you had to have a first major. So I just chose elementary education because it seemed like that was the only thing I could take at that time. So, but I really wanted to be a librarian, not necessarily a teacher.
So why you like library so much?
Well, like I said, I mainly I took it that major because I wanted to go to Purdue Calumet, and I guess just I was working at the Purdue Calumet Library as an undergraduate, and I guess there was someone working there who would want to get their master's, and I guess just from working as a student for 4 years, I thought I'd like to be a university librarian. So it's just the fact of working in there helped me make my decision.
So, what was your normal day job at that time in the library?
Well, all student workers do the basic things like shelve books. When people return books, we had to have cards, so we had to look for the cards and put them back in the book, and then we shelved the books. And I would help the lady who would purchase materials, find order cards, and put them in the new books. And then miscellaneous things like what they call pickups. So we have our card and people